Cuando tengo hambre, me encanta comer plátanos, me encanta comer coconuts, me encanta comer mangoes, me encanta comer bananas, me encanta comer arroz con habichuelas, me encanta comer arroz con pollo, me encanta comer comida de Burger King, comida de McDonald's. Ay, me encanta Taco Bell también, Del Taco, Jack in the Box. Me gusta White Castle. Y también, ay, me encanta arroz con gandules y los acapurrias. Me encanta, los maltas y las horas de piña, helados, cocos ricos, me encanta, hay jugo y hay gracias a Dios por nuestra comida y por nuestra vida. Tengo mucho alegría y mucho, ¿cómo se dice? Amor en mi corazón. Gracias. I think relationships are like the most fascinating things to me. When I grew up, that's why I watched TV a lot, because I was so into just seeing how people talk to each other, how people were around each other, people were around each other in one setting, day in and day out, in like one place, And of course, I learned all that, inside like a TV world. So I didn't really get that body time. I got the TV understanding of how people occupied space and how people talk to each other and how people build relationships in one environment and kind of grow, you know. And it's interesting because I know that people have, partial upbringing in one area and then partial upbringing in another area. But with my unique situation, we kept bouncing around so much that I bounced around so much that, I, it was rare that I would finish a school year, so, I've been to all my grades, probably with the exception of third grade, because third grade was post New Orleans, and it took me a whole year to recover, and it took a whole year, I think, to transition us from Santana to De Jesus, because there was a point in my life after I was 8 years old. I went with my father and my older brother Ralph, and we began to have our life, and I began to then develop this routine of, well, we're on the go, we have to keep moving, and there was a point where our case got dismissed, my dad's case got dismissed, and that was the reason for the transition from my Santana name, which was our alias name, which I've been so afraid to speak about openly because it has such a hidden story. For example, when I was growing up, and as I got older and I realized the consequences of this story, that was my origin story, and I really wanted to understand how it came to be, so I started asking questions, and that's when I realized that the origin of my story, the origin of my father's story, and eventually I would learn something, that would fall in line also with the origin of my mom's story, is there was actions in my family that no one wanted to talk